Bro, are you going to add that short story you created? No, bro. I'm just going to jump straight into the video. But bro, you put a lot of efforts into editing that part and it's only about 1 minute. If you're not going to add it, I'm going to press this button and it will be added automatically. No, bro, don't press it. I have already done it, bro.
Sarah sat at her desk, staring at the blank screen before her. The cursor blinked mockingly, a constant reminder of words she couldn't seem to type. She had dreamed of starting a YouTube channel for months, but now that she was here ready to begin, an invisible wall stood between her and her aspirations. Her mind raced with thoughts: what if I am not good enough? What if no one watches? What if I fail? The weight of these thoughts pressed down on her, leaving her feeling stuck and overwhelmed. As she reached for her phone, seeking a distraction from the task at hand, Sarah caught her reflection in the black screen. In that moment, something shifted within her. She saw not just herself but all the potential waiting to be unlocked. She took a deep breath, placed her fingers on the keyboard, and typed the first word.
It wasn't perfect, but it was a start. And sometimes that is all we need to break through our mental resistance and step into the unknown. Okay, that was Sarah's story, and I was in a similar situation, but only because I could improve my mental state, I could create the video that you are watching right now. So I want to share what was happening to me, and I will tell how I improved my mental state. There will be some scientific explanations too, so bear with it. Like her, even I dreamed of being a YouTuber and I wanted to explore few things and then find few ways to make money online. However, I always felt a mental block that prevented me from doing the things that I needed to do. Instead of focusing on the main task, I found myself falling into the procrastination, spending hours watching aimless YouTube videos. Some were useful and others were useless. I usually went to YouTube looking for some tutorials or guides, but later I would stumble upon some stand-up comedy or any random video of the creator that I subscribed already. I often went downstairs in the name of breaks, but these breaks turned into extended sessions of watching TV. Even after finishing my meal, I would often stay at the table longer, and this led to the development of an overeating habit in me, bro. Like, that's not easy. Because I would mindlessly consume more food while watching the TV just to pass the time. Frequently, I used eating as an excuse to escape from the work that I needed to do. It's not like I have developed the habit, but I'm about to develop it. I won't let it happen. As now I am aware of it, I can control my eating habits. It's not easy to accept that I have been developing an overeating habit due to a bad mental state. At least for me, because I have been a fitness slash diet enthusiast since last 2 years and I was heavily disciplined. To exaggerate it a little, I have made miracles on myself. After deciding to change myself, I forced myself to stay at one place and stick to the work, even when I felt the urges to do something else. However, this approach backfired. I ended up feeling more anxious, stressed, and low. Here, the main issue was something else. It was not like I didn't wanted to work or I just wanted to laze around. It was not that. The issue was the lack of clarity of what I wanted to do. I hadn't decided on the languages of my videos. I was torn between English, Hindi, and Kannada. Like, man, that was an episode of trauma. I finally made a decision. I will first try making videos in English. If I feel that I need to switch the languages, I will do it. Moreover, I was uncertain about my niche of the channel and the topic for my next video. Thinking about these decisions only confused me more, and I never seemed to reach a conclusion. Later, I discovered a term called mental resistance. It occurs when we try to do something unfamiliar or attempt a task on our own without any proper guidance. The prefrontal cortex in our brain is responsible for handling new tasks which require significant thinking and creativity. When overloaded, it quickly becomes fatigued, stops processing effectively, and it will lose focus. In my case, I was facing the same. Making this video was new for me, and I had to think a lot about how to write a script, what would be great for my next video, and the language, bro. I was crushed deciding that. Even though I was told not to be a perfectionist and start with anything, I wanted to create something that satisfied me. While working as an employee or while studying at an institute, you have an authority to follow. So, regardless of our mental state, you will jump into the work and seek the help of seniors if you stuck with something. But to work on my own, I had to practice it, man. I still have to practice it because for the last 20 years I have been guided by someone else. As a result, my brain is now wired in such a way that it can't work on its own. That's a serious problem, bro. That's why I chose to stay at home and work on myself. By this, I will learn to be disciplined without any authority to follow. Here comes the scientific part, and my medico friends will smile now. Bear with it, okay? When we experience any mental change, whether good or bad, our brain has to work harder. This extra effort by prefrontal cortex can lead to mental and physical discomfort, and this discomfort activates amygdala, stimulating fear and anger. It can cause us to act emotionally and impulsively, and may even lead to depression and anxiety. To escape this bad mental state, our brain activates a region called basal ganglia. It automates our thoughts, actions, and behaviors, and it happens at an unconscious level. Our habits stored in basal ganglia tell us what actions we need to perform to avoid that discomfort based on previous experience. Like last time when you hit the low point of your life, what did you do? Did you open Instagram and scroll reels? Did you eat something? Did you drink something, or did you spoke to a special person, or something else, man? It could be playing a game, like anything. Okay, you understand that. And how did I overcome this mental resistance? And how can you too? It's a little tricky, to be honest, but it's not impossible. First, you will need to understand these terms that I have discussed so you can be aware of what's happening inside your brain. By being aware, you can have control over your actions and emotions. For example, when you are trying to learn something, whether it's a critical skill or a new programming language, and you get stuck for some reason, you will find a solution to move forward. However, after some time, your brain gets fatigued, and to escape from that discomfort, it will make you engage in any activity that previously brought you instant gratification. Once you recognize these tricks, I did the same. I recognize those tricks of my brain. So, once you recognize these tricks of your brain, and force yourself to continue doing those uncomfortable tasks that bring delayed pleasure and deep satisfaction in the coming future, you will become a pro at doing hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. By practicing this, by practicing to forcing yourself to sit at one place and trying to focus on that one thing even when you feel the urges of doing something else, trust me, you will overcome procrastinate, bro. That's simple, you know. No, it's not simple, but if you try, at the beginning it will be difficult for you, but you will have to come and do it again and again and again and again. That way you will unlearn the habit of procrastination, and you will develop new habits that will bring success in coming future. Even I just showed up to the work regardless of my mood. Even after procrastinating heavily, I continued to write the script. Even though I was struggling to decide the language of my video, Once I got frustrated and I created a Notion page and wrote this. Even though I got negative thoughts of failing, I decided to try. Even though I had cravings to drink Appy Fizz, 20 rupees Appy Fizz, I ignored that. I even skipped meals just so that I don't overeat and waste time in front of TV. Even after eating carbs at lunch, I kept my brain sharp.